We actually started just last year. We actually celebrated our first anniversary last July. So if you have the chance to explore some of our shows, some of our episodes online, we actually featured Doomsday to celebrate our first anniversary. So it's actually an exclusive item to us. So we just went ahead and have a show around him and then celebrated the first anniversary. So it started 2019, basically a common interest by two friends. Actually, tatlo kami. We started three. Just one of our friends, Laurent, actually, he was the one actually who got into statues. So he got interested in statues. Kasi ako, I'm a collector before. Then came the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So my friend, who's actually he's my childhood friend now, one of my closest friends, si Laurent, actually got into statues. So he got interested into statues. So he actually went in and bought this Hulkbuster by Iron Studios from Infinity War. And then he asked me, so bro, what can we do with this? What content can we do with this? So me and my friend, tatlo kami. So si RJ is not actually here. Shout out to you, man, wherever you are. We suggested, let's go ahead and unbox this, shoot this. So it's our very first unboxing episode featuring the Hulkbuster. And then after that, Lauren suggested to us, you want to try earning something out of our hobbies. So that's actually when it started. We reached out to distributors locally, then that's it. So we opened accounts to them, and then now we're selling toys online. My personal collection, actually, it's horror. Mostly horror. You can see Jason here. This one. Horror line, so mostly McFarlane's, the old McFarlane's. So I think he has a resurgence right now. McFarlane Toys is now active. So they are sweeping. Their items are hot, man. The DC Multiverse, and then Transformers, mostly Decepticons. I'm a villain guy. Yeah, those are my favorite collections. I'm also a huge Stephen King fan. So you can see, dalawa lang yung Funko Pop ko dito. Tatlo, Steve King. Yeah. So I'm a huge Steve King fan. Laurent, on the other hand, actually has Iron Man. A huge Iron Man fan. Especially the MCU version. We all know how awesome RDJ was. So he got really hooked into it. Recently, he was hooked into The Mandalorian. Our other friends, si RJ, mostly miniature tabletop war games. Yun naman ang hobby. Mostly RPG and trading card games. So Magic, MTG, dati HeroClix. So minis. Top of my head, still Bandai. We were kinda shocked when Voltes 5 was, it was a hit. So tinry lang namin. So we tried selling mini action toys, Bandai, SOCs, and grabe, sold like pancakes, man. So yeah, if you're gonna ask me what are the top selling lines, Voltes 5, hands down. Other than Voltes, statues, of course, sa Iron Studios, mostly they're 1 pence. Mabilis maubos kasi it's a limited production numbers. So if sikat yung character, there's this really clamor for it. Hasbro, ayun, another era that we are able to enjoy on the latter part. G.I. Joe, surprisingly. Grabe. Those are some, top of my head. Siguro, personally, at first, it was what you're passionate about. Pero when you get used to it, you now notice the pattern, the trends in the community. Even if you don't like the character, but there's clamor for it, and then there's an offer to us to sell it, go ahead. For me, that's one of the difficult transitions to make, because if you would give me an offer sheet before, I would only pick the ones I would know or recognize. But now you will see inquiries, community suggestions or community requests, and then you see those characters. Sikat pala to, parang gano'n. I think that's the fun part in discovering as a learner in this industry, in this business, because there's a character na hindi mo talaga kilala, but okay, sikat. Bakit sikat to? So that curiosity is really being triggered. The challenge siguro is the delays. Well, it's part of the business, especially online, 100% online, you really heavily rely on, the customer experience. So I have to admit that it's really difficult managing. Syempre, most people are kind of anxious, and then you'll have delays in the shipment. So it won't be met with a happy tone, especially during delays. But again, we just have to be more patient and be really personal as much as possible to them, that we actually don't have any control with these things. Some of them are manufacturer delays or shipment delays, and we can't really do anything about it. But we try our best. So to those who will be able to listen or to watch this, some of our customers, we really appreciate your feedback, good or bad. So it allows us to learn, and it's also fulfilling for us to help, even if some people just consider it a hobby lang yan. But for us, it's a fuel. A customer's feedback is our fuel. There's a local group, it's Statues and Collectibles Alliance of the Philippines, or SCAP. We're a member of that. That's one of the closest groups. For the other lines, Voltes 5 Philippines, Star Wars Black Series, the community for Star Wars Black Series, and also Marvel Legends, because it's under Hasbro. Cybertron Philippines, those are the major. Basically, the plan is set up a small physical store, sort of a gallery type. At least, when we were talking about it, me and Lauren, it's actually a gallery type. You can hang out, you can play games, sort of like a cafe, siguro ganun. But it's a gallery type because we want to have like a very visually pleasing concept. On the content side, I actually wanted to do a lot of content related stuff. Aside from unboxing, we want to do something else. So there's this gaming. So actually, Laurent was able to stream to start the gaming side, because he's really a gamer. So aside from a collector, he's really a gamer. And other ideas naman, I'll try to draft them. But hopefully next year, we will be able to do something other than unboxing. Siguro I'm not the best person to give advice to them, but if there will be people who will be inspired to explore this business, main advice that I can share: don't forget the reason why you started, because everything will stem from that. Let that be your anchor. So I guess that's one of the most important advice before you start. And then yung usual, know your audience, then gradually take baby steps, and then slowly grow from there. Cultivate those relationships with your customers, because you share the same hobby. By the end of the day, you have your interests. So yeah. I think in terms of the heart, on the characters in the business, I think we have that. I want to believe that sets us apart. We really are emotionally invested to these characters, into the community that they belong to, and we're really happy just knowing some of the people in this community. That level of relationship that we try to establish with the community, with the customers, hence the content. I think that's the biggest plus that we have as a business owner.